Welcome to the Chamber Chat, your source for everything Danville and business topics that matter to you. We hope you enjoy the show. Chamber Chat. Chamber Chat.
Welcome to the Chamber Chat. We are so excited. Today is going to be a fun day. I can tell already because you've already missed a lot of the fun and the microphone testing. Eminem came out in full concert. Yeah. So, I'm Kelly. Jocelyn.
I'm Jocelyn.
All right. And today we have our guest from Healthy Paws. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell us who you are?
My name is Scott Duschel, and I'm the hospital administrator.
My name is Jackie Bush, and I'm the owner / veterinarian.
All right.
Closer to the mic.
Yes, I mean, you guys are fogging up my glasses.
Well, we just got
I
started.
take my glasses off. Good thing I did large print on my questions here. All right. Okay, to start, tell us a little bit about Healthy Paws and about you guys.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Healthy Paws was started here, in 2017, and it actually came out before we moved here. It was actually my small little mobile practice. So I actually used to work out of my car and do relief work. We moved to Danville and saw that there was that little space getting built. And Scott says to me one day, "Do you want to start a practice?" And I'm like, "Okay."
And that's literally how.
And that's literally, yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
She was
yeah.
all in, super excited.
Yeah,
Well, I think it was one of those moments where I didn't really think about it, but what I did think about was making a decision that I might regret later. Mm-hmm. Driving past that space thinking, "Oh, I wish I had thought about doing it." But I was scared because we have 4 kids, and I think it's safe to say I was the primary breadwinner.
That's
safe?
pretty safe.
So it scared me.
My music career not taking off
Because it was very scary. It was a huge leap of faith, I think, knowing, that we were kind of jumping in and, really, I never thought I would do this. I thought I would buy in or buy a practice, never start one from scratch. So that was
2017?
It'll be 9 years next week that we opened.
That is so exciting.
Yeah. So it's been fun.
Yep.
It's definitely been a ride and a journey. And
It's very challenging.
yeah, there are lots of days of happiness and some days of tears. But I think that's normal.
It just kind of comes with the territory because, not everything is able to be all about just petting the dog or the cat or whatever. Sometimes it's not as pleasant, but
Right.
I think they do a really good job of, taking care of the clientele and the patients and everyone that comes through the doors. I would hope would feel like they were the most important thing, at that moment.
So I have to say, you guys put down our Lucy a couple of years ago. And I have to say, it was a very genuine experience for us. Yeah. And I did not feel rushed at all to leave the room. I did not feel, because I had my college daughter and my high school son that were obviously not doing very well at all. And then, we're all well, but just the experience and the care that we received and Lucy, it was just a very peaceful experience for us. And I am so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful that we weren't rushed out of the room or, okay, she's gone, you need to go. I didn't feel like that at all.
I love that. And I think that's kind of our goal. I mean, we're on your schedule when it comes to a decision like that, because it's not an easy decision.
No.
And everybody comes to that decision or their family comes to that decision in their own time. And, it's hard for us too. I mean, I have, I'm at the point in my career where, I've been practicing medicine now for 26 years, almost 27 years. So I have a lot of families that I've seen over the years from, puppies and then as senior patients that, sometimes we have to make those decisions in their best interest. And that's hard. It's really hard. Yeah. Well, I think I have to think about it as it's a gift. It's a gift that I can give them. And, I have had experiences where, I do house calls too. So I'm able to do that in your home. I have had some different experiences where, sometimes it's at a park and there's a special meaning between, the patient and their parent. And, those are the moments that make it, I think, very worthwhile, that I'm able to give that gift.
I love that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you did that as well.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about happier things now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so what inspired you to be a veterinarian, and how did you? Is this what have you always worked with this? Like, what's the deal here? How did this work?
No, this is a real stretch for me.
No.
I'll start with mine because it's probably a lot easier to get through. I went to school and got a marketing degree and spent most of my time in sales and big box management. But I burn out really quick on that. And when this opportunity arose, she had talked about it before, but said the time had to be right. And it never felt right. It never did feel right. And her house call business was doing exactly what she wanted it to do. But this was an opportunity that we felt like was just too good to pass up. And then eventually, I came on board to try to help facilitate some of the business parts of it. Sorry. And that's more how I got involved than, growing up knowing my entire life that I wanted to be in a vet hospital.
Right.
So her story is a little bit different than that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have a basis for being a veterinarian. I think it was something that I've just always known I wanted to do. And I think you'll find that most veterinarians are like that.
Yeah.
We have this calling and there's no backup plan.
Yeah.
It's plan A, B, and C. And you just keep going forward until you get there. And so I think what I've struggled with, not only with you, but sometimes even with our kids, is I don't understand how people have difficulty figuring out what their life calling is, because I've never had that issue. This is always what I've wanted to do. And I think, I love what I do. I think it's given me the opportunity to do so many different things. I mean, I've been able to do, high volume surgery. I've been able to do shelter medicine. I do holistic stuff. There's so many opportunities in what I do that I never get bored. And I think that's what keeps me from being burnt out, because it's a high stress profession for sure.
Yes. I would love a job where we got bored.
Yeah. Seriously.
I can't imagine
How does
that.
find one of those?
I don't know. That would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always doing something different, and it probably drives him nuts. And I can't ever sit still.
No.
Yeah.
She cannot. But I think that's also the type of personality that it takes to be successful and to understand that this is a calling. The type A personalities are they're the ones that are most empathetic. They're typically the ones that can retain the knowledge necessary to have such a career. And if you get it right, which I feel like, she's gotten it right throughout her career, because her clientele following and the things she's been able to do and the different certifications she's been able to attain kind of speak to that. So I'm just along for the ride, I guess, because I don't have a vision.
So I have to ask, because the thought of my husband and I working together,
Yeah.
nightmare. We are complete opposites. Is about as opposite as you can get. So how do you guys work life balance and work together?
He's in the back office.
And it saves you.
Yeah, I do kind of stay to myself, and we've learned how to teeter-totter a lot. And it's, I mean, in order to even think about making something like that work, you have to be able to compromise in some way. Like, I'm pretty strong-willed and driven in what I'm supposed to do, and that doesn't always jive with, you know, the way her mind thinks, and vice versa. So, you know, she's been able to open my mind to things that I wasn't aware of before, and I'm trying to open her mind to things that are important to keep making us successful. No, but it's just, I think there's just a lot of give and take, and if you can get that right, you can make it work. And it's, man, it is hard. It's very hard, because it's stressful all the time. I mean, it's stressful at home, and then, excuse me, it's not one of those jobs where you clock out.
No.
Yeah.
You know, she'll be getting messages till she falls asleep at night from people who somehow have her personal phone number, and, you know, her through her Facebook friends and all that stuff. And you know, she's not gonna not answer them, because that's just the way she is, and that's who she is. And then we spent more than a few nights, you know, back down in the clinic, helping somebody in the middle of the night, or performing an emergency surgery that we don't, you know, talk about and promote, and all those things. These are just the things that we do because she feels like it's something that
It's the right thing to do.
is the right thing to do for the patient. So,
Yeah.
and you know, I'm a sounding board a lot too. So the frustrations that she has at work, she gets to ricochet them off of me at night. Ricka. I should work that into one of my raps.
There you go.
Ricka.
It's one of my raps.
Yeah.
But I think it's gotten better because I do try to not. I think initially when you weren't there every day, all day, I think I would probably come home and talk to you more about work. Now I feel like, I think so. I think I've done a pretty good job of trying to not talk about it as much at night.
Well, before it was, okay, I had my own stresses and things I was dealing with in another career. And then I'm thinking about when I don't clock out, and then I'm coming home and she's talking about the things that she is not able to let go of on top of the things. But now we kind of just combine that misery, and no, it's, I don't want to say that in the wrong way. It's because I think that it's a way for her to decompress, and I have to understand that, because man, some days are just hard.
Yeah.
Like emotional pits. I mean, it's just, and when you have a day where, and this literally happened to us last month, we had 2 clients that had been very long time clients that had 2 very significant different cases going on with their animals, and they both were put down on the same day. And everybody in the clinic knows who those people are.
Yeah.
And those are the days that nobody likes. You know, those are the days that make you question why you're doing it, until the next day when somebody shows up and they've got an 8-week-old puppy that you can pass around, that kind of breathes your life back into you a little bit. So, you know, I think there's a misconception sometimes that, like I said earlier, it's just all about, hey, you know, getting kisses and feeding them treats and petting them and, you know, and sending them home. But some days it takes a lot deeper toll than that. So,
yeah, I understand. Out of all of the things that you, and pets and those do you have a favorite? Like a favorite thing that you like? Is it surgery, or is it dog? What's your favorite part of your dog?
Oh gosh. I feel like there's so many. That's a hard question. I think I really love the relationships with clients that I've built over the years. And some of these clients I've seen 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
So it's not just a few years.
You're not that old.
Oh, I am. I am.
Wait, how long is vet school? Like,
4
I'm gonna do
years.
this here. Oh, okay. So, okay.
4 years. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been out a long time. I love surgery. Surgery for me is very relaxing. And I think a lot of that is, I love it. I had a lot of experience with it because I worked downtown at Face. I did stuff with Indy Farrell. I got really good really fast. So I still love surgery. That's why I love to do the shelter stuff. But on the flip side of that, I also love the integrative stuff. I love doing the acupuncture. I love doing the manipulations and the rehab and all that other stuff that is not mainstream veterinary medicine. And it's not something that we promote a lot of right now, but it's something that, this is my 15th year of doing acupuncture in pets. So it's something that I do and I love to do. And, and then we have the medical cases and the house calls. I've always loved the house calls, but I think it's because I grew up with horses. I always thought I would do small animal equine. So we have our mobile unit that I take out and I pretend I'm a large animal vet, but I'm really not. And I relive those days from high school and college when I worked for a vet. So it's hard because I think what keeps me going is every day is different and every day I love what I'm doing that day. That makes a huge difference. It's taken me a while to figure that out. It's taken me a while to know that for me to be balanced as a veterinarian, I just kind of explore all these different opportunities that I have.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been really fun.
So you still do the mobile?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How did I not
have
know this?
Fern? Have you not seen Fern?
I
She's
think
on
I
old 36. Yeah. We bought her. I used
Her
to do
name's
everything.
actually on the license plate.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Fern the Ford. So we bought her from a house call veterinarian. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's parked over off of
Yes,
old 36.
Yeah.
Now I know it. Yes.
Yeah.
So
You know more
and
than you
it's,
think you do,
I
Kelly.
do.
I know.
I
Yeah.
do. I just,
I know. So we've
it's all
got,
clicking now.
it's amazing in there because we used it a
slow.
lot.
Takes a I get it.
But there's a lot of fun.
I didn't mean to hijack your interview here, Dr. Bush.
This is what I put up with all day and night.
Midnight.
So we bought the van from a lady in Vermont.
Yeah, we had to have it shipped down. Do you remember that?
Had it
'Cause
shipped down.
It was during COVID. So we were like, do we send Scott up there and then he has to be quarantined for 2 weeks?
Which she was a
I was okay with
thumbs up to
that.
that.
Got a vacation. No, we had it shipped down. Yeah. So we kept it. She affectionately called her Fern. And then everything in the van she named. So there's Reggie, isn't it Reggie? The refrigerator.
It's so fun.
There's, what else is there? Cindy the centrifuge, Marcia the microscope. So it's like a little mobile unit in there. We can stand in there, during COVID if we didn't want to go in people's houses or people didn't want us coming in their houses.
Right.
We just took the animals out to the van and did everything out there. So it's really nice.
And you probably know Fern more from Scare on the Square if
That's
you've been involved in
true.
anything.
Fern
in
loves to
town,
do that.
Because
Yeah.
we park it in the square
She
every
loves
year.
to do that. She loves to be dressed up for stuff
She
like
loves
that.
to dress up.
She
I love
does.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does.
She has her own attitude and everything.
She does. She's going to the preschool tomorrow. Every year we go to Shooting Stars in Plainfield. And I take one of our dogs and we talk to the preschoolers and I get nervous every year talking to them. I don't like to talk in public.
Which is crazy because they're all literally 3 and 4 years old.
I was gonna say, there's no judgment there.
No judgment.
You
Somebody's
brought a dog.
trying to figure out how to make it to the bathroom most of the time.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And then I let
they
them
wanna
use
pet
my
the dog, yeah.
stethoscope and they're sculpting the feet.
Right.
I try to slowly slide it up to the chest, but it's fine.
It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah. One of our kids went there and I love going there every year.
You have 4
So-
kids. Did you have one in high school?
Now we do. We have 2 that graduated.
You have a son in high school?
I saw your son in a TikTok the other day.
I did too.
Yeah.
He
you
was
did?
doing a review.
Yeah, on coffee or something.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me more. Was this during school
These
or?
are funny. I showed Chris. I was like, this is funny.
This kid does
was it
a
Evan? Or was it?
Well, Sam's in 8th grade.
Yeah.
We have a junior.
Junior.
So next year we'll have a freshman and a senior.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So the one in high school, because they do the new cafe at the high school.
Oh.
They do a
need to look this
drink
up.
review every day.
Yeah, like it's a different kid that does the coffee review,
And then he was a guest. One of the guests.
He was a
Oh.
guest.
So yeah.
So we need to find
What
this.
we're doing now.
Wasn't it?
Hilarious.
Was it this entertaining?
He clearly doesn't tell us that.
It was funny.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll have to ask him about that. He does not usually divulge those
Yeah.
things to us. So.
Go, hey, I hear your TikTok thing.
Yeah, I heard you're a star.
Yeah.
Where's my money?
Rent. We're gonna
Oh my
start talking
gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
Do they play sports?
They do. Evan plays football. Sam's not in high school yet, but he plays baseball and football, and he played at Westbridge
Okay.
basketball this year. So he's kind of involved. Well, they both did actually. So they kind of like to get out there and be
Yeah.
with their friends and have a good time. But yeah, they both play football. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine how you do all of this with 4 kids.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I don't know.
Good thing you're type A.
Good question.
I mean, now it seems easy because, we have 3 that drive.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we have 2 in their 20s, and Sam's the youngest. But when they were at that age where none of them drove, that was hard because these little humans start to become bigger humans, and then they have their whole little social network, and you have to drive them places, and that was a challenge. Or he did. I mean,
Yes.
at
Let me
one
correct
point,
And you didn't have Fern to drive them in.
No, Fern was not available at the time.
but he had the man van.
Oh, I did have a man van.
Yeah,
and,
he had a man van.
Somebody blew it up. But
Not me. Not me.
But yeah, that's why that's
Yeah.
part of the reason I've always had non-essential jobs, because I get to play Uber a lot. And, typically if it comes down to it, because of the demands on her job, like I said, it's not 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever. There's a lot of times she can't be involved in things that she might want to be involved in, or there's a game in the middle of the week at night, or a Saturday morning where she has to work. And we're not the parents that aren't going to show up. So, I usually take the place of both of us in a lot of instances. And it's kind of it was tough at first because when you're little, you just want your parents to be around you and they, see them cheering for you and stuff. But I think the older they're getting, it means something when she is able to be there. So, and they tend to appreciate that a little bit more now. But we always do anything we can to support them, all of them.
But on the flip side of that too, I think it's really cool because there'll be times when I'm at work late and they'll just stop in.
Yeah.
They see me on Life 360 and they just stop in to come and talk, or they'll stop in if they get done with school early. And so that's kind of cool. Our daughter worked at Starbucks for several years. And so, yeah. So this past summer, when she was on break, she just come over and hang out with us at the clinic, which was fun.
Do any of them have any desires to follow in your footsteps? No.
And I don't
Not
know
at
that I
all.
would want him to. It's a hard profession.
Yeah.
And I think the harder part now is there's so many clinics that are now corporate. And so to be an independent practice owner and to be family owned and to be local is really hard, so I don't know. It's a hard life.
I don't, and I'm with her. I wouldn't want them to necessarily follow that path. But the good thing is, and it's been really weird to see if you've had kids, and when eventually you'll figure this out too, that they kind of figure stuff out. They kind of figure out what they're interested in and forge their own path. And they all have 4 very different paths, and but they know and they're focused. And I just think that's pretty awesome. So we didn't totally screw them up.
Yeah. And 3 out of the 4 like animals.
Right.
3 out of the 4. You have one that does not like animals?
My daughter hates. Well, I shouldn't say hate. That's a strong word.
Ella's the best. I'm just, you guys are just
I know.
about all
Ella
of it.
is not a fan of animals.
And that really sucks for her
is.
because we have like 19 animals
I
in
know.
our house. So
I know.
we don't have that many. We have
No.
like 7, I think. But
Oh my gosh, 7 is a lot.
Oh,
7 is a lot.
well, you can't say that.
How are the vet bills? I always worry about the
I
vet bills
know.
with the 7
I know.
animals.
Well, we get a pretty good discount.
Oh, good.
we do. That's a perk.
I know. I know.
I know the owner.
I know. Last summer, one of our kids' dogs actually had to have surgery twice. And he just said, Mom, how much would this have cost if I went somewhere else? And I'm like, probably 15 or 20,000. Because they were not, it was extensive surgery, and we had to do a lot of work after that, had to go back in. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a reality. The financial stuff is tough for sure.
Do you offer pet insurance?
So we don't, but there are pet insurance companies out there that do a really good job. I think a couple of our pets, we do have insurance, and mostly it's for the things that I can't, if something were to happen to them, I would want them to get a specialist care.
Right.
And we're right with everyone else. I mean, we couldn't afford our pets or at least the number of pets we have. But the reality is if we wanted to get specialized, treatment, that's what we need insurance for.
So I have a question.
Sure.
Where do you draw the what are the pets that you will treat? Is there bunnies or in giraffes? Where do what's the spectrum there?
So primarily we're dogs and cats. I do get suckered into I spay and neuter rabbits.
Okay.
And then I do stuff sometimes with poultry. What else have I done?
I don't know, man. We call her Dr. Doolittle a lot.
I mean, sometimes it's more things that I will do, but not necessarily. There's people that do a much better job than me in terms of exotics.
Okay.
And so I'm always going to say, you know what? I can help you, but in your pet's best interest, if you are able to do this, this is where you should go.
Yeah.
But if that's not an option, I will try to help. And so
Gotcha.
we get in a lot of situations like that where, and again, across species, a lot of times you don't really think about the animal. The only thing I don't do is snakes. I should probably put that out there.
No, I'm right
I
there
don't
with
do
you.
snakes. Yeah, they scare me. But anything else, I mean, it's, you don't think about the actual animal. You just kind of think about the anatomy and, and what would you do if it were a dog or a cat?
Yeah.
And I'm looking stuff up a lot too. So
Gotcha.
it's not like everything's up here. Yeah. So yeah, it's
Interesting.
always learning.
All right. If you, so
Uh-oh.
a puppy. If somebody is getting a puppy or kitten, what should they start with? And kind of what should someone expect owning a pet? I feel like,
Yeah.
I think it looks so cute when they're a puppy and they're
know.
wonderful and they're fun, but
It's a lot of work.
they're a lot of work.
They're a lot of work. And, so I think, if you are getting a puppy, first thing to do, call your veterinarian. Get that relationship established, because if something were to happen, you want to be able to get to, in to see someone if they're sick. And I think that's the biggest thing is, some clients and some, non-clients are calling because if they don't have that resource available, sometimes it's really tough to get people like that worked in. So first thing is always, make that appointment with your vet. Talk to them about your pet's vaccination schedule, about deworming, about your monthly preventatives. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of work. And I think, we realized that a few years ago. We thought, we'll adopt this puppy and we got 4 kids. It'll be easy. And it is not. And you forget. We haven't had a puppy since the 90s, I think. And so that was really, it's hard. And we can empathize. We've been there. We know.
My daughter got a puppy, and I will say I would have taken a baby
I
10
know.
times over that puppy. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I feel like the puppy is much harder than a baby.
Yeah. Puppies are tough.
Yeah.
It's
Puppies are
automatically
tough.
mobile too.
Yeah,
That's
what
true.
sucks.
Yeah.
That's what we said about
you need to
our older
gradually-
kids.
Yeah.
Our 2 older kids are adopted. And so I remember my mom saying to me, toddlers are much harder when they come home because they just kind of get into everything. And she's so right. It was tough. Those first year or two was really hard. And we were new parents. And so we had this toddler that was
Just
all over the place.
dropped into our laps.
Literally.
Here you go. Now, what do you do with this?
No. And Scott hadn't
But
changed a diaper.
I had
Do you
never-
remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
We went and got our oldest kid and picked him up, brought him home, and I had to go back to work for a week. I was working in Brownsburg at the time, and he had never changed a diaper. And I'm like, gotta go to work for a week. Yeah. And he came
You
home.
learned quick, didn't you?
and he-
I learned really fast. Yes.
And he had giardia. Remember that?
in our
So
last
it was
one.
explosive diarrhea. It wasn't just poop in the diaper. It was like up the back into the hair kind of.
Like constantly showering them off with a garden hose type stuff in the backyard.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then by the time we had our last one,
Yeah.
she never changed it. So
Okay, I did the first three though. But here's what I would come
Oh,
home
you've only
to.
changed 3 diapers?
No.
Right.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
like,
no, yes.
I changed the first 3
no,
diapers.
on Sam, she literally changed
No.
3 diapers. That's it.
No. But the last kid, though, I remember there was one time I came home and, our youngest was like grabbing his diaper and Scott's like, oh, you need me to change your diaper? And, he's like, yeah. And so he goes, well, go get your diaper. So he goes and gets a diaper and he was like, what? 1.5 or 2 at the time, goes, gets a diaper, opens it up, lays it down, and then lays down next to him. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm just. And then he was.
Parenting win, right?
Is that what that is?
That is,
I don't
yeah.
know, but I remember being like, oh my gosh.
Do you train your dogs like that?
No.
Because I'm impressed.
No,
No.
So anyway, puppies are a lot like nieces and nephews and grandchildren. Oh, I love you. Here, take them back. And that's how we love puppies.
Yes.
That's how you love puppies.
Did
I
you have
love
another
my
question,
puppies.
Kelly?
Yes. All right. Okay. If somebody's listening, what? And so,
Yeah, that's a big if. That's a big ask.
Probably like, we know
if
who
they
to
hung
avoid
on this
now.
long.
If they made it through the rap segment, then we're in good shape.
No, we're going to switch here before I ask my question. You guys sponsor our concerts, our evenings in Danville.
Yep.
What do you think about performing this year as an opening up warm up?
Oh my lord, no! I say no. You can keep sponsoring.
This is the break I've been waiting for.
Yes,
Gonna make it.
you are going to be the warm up
I'm
act.
going to take on Danville. Yes.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I'm in.
Okay, I won't be there. And if I am, I will have my face covered.
I just need somebody to spin the turntable for me. And we'll be.
Okay, all right. I will find someone to spin.
Does
the
your
turn-
son do that? Does Steve's do that?
I bet he could.
Okay. All right.
would
Let's
learn
do it.
to do,
honestly, I
That'd be
don't
sweet.
I'm definitely
Yes.
staying home. There we go. Count me
Okay.
out.
Yes. So we do sponsor the concert.
Yes, you guys sponsor the concerts. You sponsor golf betting. You guys are great supporters of the chamber.
Well, we try to remember that we're blessed to be in a small community and that everyone kind of tries to help each other out. So we like to maintain that focus all the time. And that means wherever we can lend support, we'll do it. I mean, we support the schools, we support the churches, we support the chamber if it's a worthwhile cause. We do a lot of things that are outside of the town for either employees, kids, or friends of friends, just because they're good causes and we always want to try to help. So a big part of what we do is not getting rich monetarily, but honestly, but getting rich kind of more inside, because we like to give back. We love to give back. I mean, if you ask me if I can do it and we talk about it and we're going to do it. I mean, and that's just kind of the way we are.
My mom has always said, I've always been very rich, and we always laugh, and I'm like, she's like, I'm rich in family, I'm rich in, all the things that really matter to her,
I mean, it's a little bit of a cliche, but I mean, it's just, that's just the way we think. So, and it's not limited to that, we'll just randomly find people places where we, try to help out just because it seems like the right thing to do or whatever. And it's just feels good to be able to be that way and do those things sometimes. And I think that's a lot of times a bigger gift for me than, a lot of other things.
All right. So one piece of advice that you would give any pet owner.
Be their advocate. At the end of the day, you're part of the medical team and you have a say in what happens to and with your pet. And I also want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, your views. I mean, it's not just us telling you what you need to do. You need to be involved, just like you would with your children. Mm-hmm. You need to be your pet's advocate.
I love that you guys are open to that because some people are like, I'm the doctor.
Yeah.
I went to school for this. You did not. So I love that. I love that you said that. That's awesome.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I try to tell new clients that too. Part of my expectation is, and again, good, bad, and ugly. I always tell people we want to know if we've done a great job, wonderful. We don't always need to, well, sometimes it's nice to hear that. But we definitely want to hear if we could do something better or different, and we want you involved.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jocelyn, do you have any more questions?
Yeah. Do you guys have like a funny pet story of like something that?
You
already have one.
I don't know if we should
20
share
funny stories.
You don't have to say any names or anything. But just like something that
Too late.
something that'll make us laugh.
Okay, so maybe we should. Do you know which story I'm thinking about?
Go ahead.
Okay, so maybe we should put a disclaimer out there that this would never happen to a client's pet, but it was you and me on a ice storm Sunday night with one of our dogs that had collapsed, and you were.
Oh boy.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think this is going to be really good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
No, I'm
Dr.
not a good
Bush.
story. I'm not a good storyteller.
Okay. So I'm assuming we're talking about Remy now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, God love
she
her.
was our pity we used to have, and she was adorable, but I don't even remember what was wrong with her at this point, but it was the middle of an ice storm. And it was literally like, I don't know what time, the middle of the night, whatever. And she was she was experiencing severe trauma. So we had to go in, and Dr. Bush had to do an exploratory surgery to kind of try to figure out what's going on. And she had no tech assistant available because it was like
the ice storm.
Yeah, it was ice storm. So nobody could get there if they wanted to.
No,
But
we couldn't even get out of our driveway initially.
Right.
Yeah.
But secondary to that is, it's the middle of the night. So nobody's going to answer your call anyway. So I got to be her tech assistant in surgery. First time and only time I've ever been a surgery tech. So she's like, okay, the one thing you have to do is you have to monitor her anesthesia. I'm like, I can do that, I probably won't kill her. So the machine's going, and the bag's inflating, deflating, and she's breathing and everything. And then at some point it stops. She goes, if it ever stops or this happens, you have to, what they call bagger. And that means that I have to, give the air to the pet or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fine, I can do that too. So at one point this happens, the bag inflates. There's no more breathing going on. She goes, Scott, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? So I'm like, okay, bagger. So I go and squeeze it as hard as I can. The bag falls off onto the floor. The monitor's going crazy. She's like, what the? She called me every name in the book. She's like, get that thing back on there. And we put the bag back on, and then she says, gently, so then I start, massaging the bag and get her to breathe again. And luckily she was okay at that point, but it's like, it was a total comedy of errors, and she will never, ever ask me to do that again.
Well,
but it was in retrospect, it was really funny.
Not at the time.
Not at the time.
And I didn't remember this, but at one point you told me during that whole thing that I was like, you're trying to kill our dog to you.
It was It had to have been the most awful experience for her because I had no idea what I was
Yeah.
doing. I'm saying, bag it.
But I mean,
But when it fell off, I was like, oh crap.
I think it has to be similar to what they do in Grey's Anatomy, right?
maybe.
Or you just
Well,
like used to bad.
I felt like I was in.
well, and there's technique to the bag too. You
Yeah.
can only, bag, you can't do past 20 centimeters.
Right.
And so I'm telling him, you can't do it that hard. And then the bag flies off and the dog's not breathing. And I'm like, oh my God, you're going to kill it. So I sutured really fast.
I'm the character that got eliminated from the pit. No, but it was traumatic for me too because I'm like, oh man, I just killed her. I just
she
killed
was
our
fine.
dog that's dying, but she ended up
She
being
was fine. Yeah.
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 So
It was
as it turns
scary.
out, it was a great story.
But never again.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again. So this is why you stay in the back office.
It is that, and when they tell me I have to wear a wig and do a TikTok occasionally, I'll do
that's
that
true.
too.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That was my funny dog story. Because,
Yeah.
We've not seen that one.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
What's the name of the song? Is it
I don't
Pink
know.
Pony Club or something like that? Anyway.
Oh, I don't even.
Yeah. So they had me wear a pink wig, and they were talking about how you need to approach certain animals and stuff, and to be kind and all this kind of stuff. And that song was playing in the background, and I made my grand entrance with the wig and turned around and started petting the German Shepherd, and everybody was happy. And
That's so
it got like 20 likes, dude. Yes.
Get it to 22 because we're going
yeah, we're
on
going
to
to
find
like
it.
it.
But they do some. It's hard to get traction
Yeah.
with anything social media related. But when people start to find you and stuff, it's kind of funny to see their reactions. And they've done some really creative and funny TikToks. And there's a lot of people that do them. But I like the stuff that they do. So yeah, check it out, man.
We
It's
just
pretty
need
cool.
them to do more.
Yeah.
Do people come in and go? Do they get ask that like your cousin?
Scott does.
They did that
Scott
to me
comes in
early
and
on.
does that.
Uh-huh.
Every business
Yeah.
promotion in the world.
It-
How are you guys
it-
doing at TikTok today?
It happened a lot there for the first month.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was a star and stuff, but that doesn't happen so much anymore.
We need to work on that.
Yeah,
It's hard
Yeah.
though.
It really is. It's tough. It's tough even just doing Facebook posts sometimes.
Yeah.
it is because you try to always stay on top of things. You try to stay current. You try to be
Yeah.
funny, all the stuff, and most of the time, by the time I say something I think is funny, my kids are like, "Dude, yeah, last week is right too." Like I'm using words that they haven't used in at least 8 days.
Like roast it.
They were like, "Nobody's gonna laugh at this, Dad."
Yeah. That's true.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some very critical children. Or are they free thinkers?
Jerks.
I'm sure. Yeah.
They're all jerks,
Kids.
but we love them. Yeah,
We do.
you can't help but love them.
All right, Jocelyn, your final question.
Yeah, and
right, what do
I
you got?
actually totally forgot to prep you guys for this.
Oh,
I
gosh.
prep everyone.
Oh no.
So I'm so terrible.
We'll see if you've watched our
But
our videos
always
before, because you'll
ask-
know.
Yes, that's true, but it's okay. I'm not gonna be mad. I always ask a piece of like life advice, business advice, whatever. It can be pet owner advice that you just want to share with the people.
I think for business advice, I would say for me, take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
The worst that's going to happen is it's not going to work out. But if you don't try, you've already failed. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the advice that I told myself because it was very uncharacteristic of me to jump into starting a practice because I usually worked 3 or 4 jobs. And so I had all these multiple sources of income and that made me feel secure.
Right.
So this was really hard for me when we did this. And I don't know if you remember that. I mean, I remember talking to another veterinarian and I said, what do I do if we fail? And she goes, well, I said the same thing. And I just decided worst case, I fail and I go bankrupt and I have no clients and I just go on. And I'm like, okay, I
But
guess
life
that's
goes
what I'm
on.
doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like you never will know
Right.
unless you try. And I could never convince her of that
Yeah.
until that time. And I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what triggered her response in that moment, but there had been 20 no's, And
You know what I think triggered that though? I was with my grandmother. It would be 16 years this month when she passed away. And the night before she passed away, she said, "How come you have never started your own clinic?" And I just remember saying to her, I don't know. I think it's because I can't afford to. But then I realized I couldn't afford not to. And now I have, we may not, as a practice owner, your income goes down a lot. Yeah. But you know what? My life is so much better. I see my kids more. We live really close to the clinic. There have been so many advantages. We close early for holidays, Halloween, because so many years I would rush home to take my kids trick-or-treating, and I don't want other moms to feel that way.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that we do at the clinic are geared towards working parents and particularly working mothers. And so, I've been able to do that. Sometimes I don't know that you're on board, like closing from Wednesday through Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend, but I was the one that always got stuck working Black Friday.
Yeah.
I always, and that was, I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I did that for 20 years. I don't want to do that anymore.
And you just learn how to make it work.
Yeah.
However it has to work, you learn how to make it work. And my answer, I'm not trying to jump in on you.
No, you're fine.
My answer would be twofold. It would be always be willing to improve yourself, to do things to make yourself better, both for yourself and for other people, because you both deserve it. You all deserve it. And don't take yourself too seriously, man. Just don't. I mean, the first, I don't know how many years of my career doing what I was doing before, I took everything so seriously, and everything was the end of the world, and nothing was good, and you just can't live that way, man, because one day it's not going to be there anymore. So, and what's your legacy going to be?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a 50-something-year-old rapper?
We are in.
or what? So just
But I think that's good advice for you too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when we were younger, I took everything to heart. And it was, if something didn't go my way, I thought, oh my gosh, I failed. And that's not true. You make mistakes, and that's how you learn. And then you become successful, assuming you don't make those mistakes anymore.
Right.
If you keep making the same mistake, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
and live your dreams.
Yeah. Chase your dreams.
Man, I mean, if I could be, what are you, 22, 21? Okay, great.
Gosh.
If I was 21 again, there's so many decisions that I think we would all make differently, just because we know through going through life,
Right.
what it looks like. Just always do what you want to do. There's no reason not to. And like she said earlier, if it doesn't work, then go someplace else, do something else. Okay. But at least you tried. At least you chased it down, gave it a shot, and gave it an honest effort, because you get so many years. Okay. And if you don't take advantage of that time, I mean, that's all you got.
Yeah.
So chase it, man. Seriously.
So good.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Yep.
As old people, we have
That's how I
great
do.
advice,
Yeah.
Well, you learn a lot.
Now, what age did you learn not to take yourself so seriously, Scott?
How old am I now?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
As it turns out, it was about 8:58
When we started this?
Yes.
When he decided.
when I dropped my first bars on y'all.
Wiki.
No,
All
but
right.
yep.
I'm excited to have you stay in
Yeah.
concerts this year.
Appreciate
We'll
that.
figure out which
Can't
one
wait.
we're going to have you open for.
I'm gonna make sure I'm there.
Yes.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
I think
you have no idea how much fun this is going to be.
I'm so excited.
You can do YMCA.
Oh, yes.
I'll do it all, man. Whatever.
Now, which village person would you dress up as?
Oh boy. Well, which
doing
one's the most handsome and the strongest?
Oh, that's not you.
So I would probably be the scientist. Is there a scientist? Is there
I don't think
a
there is.
nerd?
The Indian, the police chief, police officer.
I'll be the construction guy. How's that? Because he goes
There you go.
sleeveless, right?
Yeah, but he was pretty sexy.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if that would work for you. I'm just kidding.
You haven't heard me rap in a while, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you guys for coming on. We
It
appreciate
was a lot of fun.
having
We
you.
appreciate
Yes,
it.
yeah.
And Healthy Paws. And you guys are, how do people find you?
If you go to Starbucks or Asia Walk, no, we're just right east side of Danville on 36. Right in the retail space. You can find us on Facebook. We have an Instagram page, and we have a
TikTok.
TikTok.
that's not very.
We are going to
We'll work on that.
You'll find it.
We're
And
going
our,
to find it.
and our phone number for the person that is listening is 317-699-7297. And that is Paws, P-A-W-S. How creative is that?
Oh, that's so cute.
That's his idea.
That was my idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yep, that's
Well,
it.
thank you much.
Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
you guys coming on.
We appreciate it.